And I'm super excited to see Rich 92 F1 there. He's been the top privateer in the series for a long time, hasn't made it into the Wednesday Showdown so far. Big grayed out face there, man, mystery. I'm so looking forward to seeing this guy race. Rich and Chris will have to make up some space in this race. It's all about the start for those two.
Here we go. These first two turns can mean everything. Lage racing down there. And they make it through the double apex, trying to hold on. There's Lage. You see him in his blue livery out in front. And finally, we make it through the first turn here in Europe without total carnage.
Here's a 3 wide with Dino, Rich, and Asics getting caught out there. Asics actually ran into Rich a little bit there, but they swapped places. Asics now in 11th place, Rich in 9th place. So a little bit of contact wasn't disastrous, but more bad luck for Asics.
It's bad luck for Asics especially, yeah. I mean, Rich holding his line there on the inside, more or less justified, I think, in being there. Kind of just held his position and Asics spun around the outside of him, but really great to see what Rich 92 F1 is up to. I'm super excited by this story. He's still back in 9th though. I mean, what do you reckon for moving forward in this race for Rich?
He's got to be feeling good that he's up to 9th.
All this fighting between Roadrunner and Box has allowed the battle behind to catch up with him. This now extends all the way from 4th position back to 8th. And that's Rich 92 F1 in his first race in the Wednesday Showdowns. The guy we've been talking about, this privateer at the very top of the Forza Racing Championship, is now sniffing. I mean, what could almost be a podium position if everything in front of him goes wrong for the other drivers. For now, though, he's got to keep it clean and take the opportunities he's given.
Well, he's currently sitting in 28th in his ranking. He's had 21 races this year, but he's not found his way to this level as we head to the final lap, lap 8 of 8. Riding along with Rich 92 F1, making his debut here on a Wednesday, coming to you live from Seattle. Just the first race of the day around Suzuka.
We have to take a moment just to look at how impressive this is. Rich 92 F1 is out there fighting with the very, very top, the premium teams of the Forza Racing Championship. The likes of Veloce, the likes of Williams, the likes of Noble in the case of Box. He's here representing them not from a community team standpoint, not from a grassroots team, but as a privateer, as somebody just approaching this championship, practicing by himself, coming out week on week, and he's here fighting at the very, very top.
He'll cross the line. Mitch will come in behind him in second. Davey Skills will hold on. It will Rich 92 be able to hold on to that 8th spot here in his debut, and not a bad start to the day. And here we go. We are lights out on Hockenheim, and Lage around that Nord curve will head down to turn number 2. And this Nissan has an amazing sound. Slow and steady through turns 2 and 3, coming up on 4 now, and they'll straighten it out.
Straight here, Hockenheim is long and very slightly curved to the left. It's called the Parabolica. We're heading down towards the hairpin for the first time, which is definitely the biggest overtaking opportunity on this track. And you can see is that Box and Davey Skills getting into it in the fight for third.
I got a good feeling about Davey Skills on this track. As long as at some point you got to stop Lage from getting all this clean air, because when there's no one better in all of Forza, and this I'm going back years, than this guy right here, the Frenchman. When he's got clean air, no one in front of him, he's somehow just able to block out all the pressure.
You know, I think, guys, the big question is what happened to, you know, Rich 92.
Well, at least we got his British flag up there, all right? So that's one check. Welcome to the Wednesday. We know where you're from now, but, you know, it's okay. I mean, I'm going to put it in perspective. 10th is pretty good.
Yeah.
In this field of 12, in this lobby of 12, 10th is pretty daggum good.
And I can tell you that Europe is the most competitive of all the regions. Incredibly fast drivers here. So 10th in Europe, I mean, that's top 20 in the world, most likely. So Rich 92 F1 doing a great job here, slipping down one position, but he's got the reverse grid race now to really bring it home.
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll see what he does with that 10th position when they flip the script, Kate. And he's going to have to face Box in his rearview mirror off the start. Lights out here in Sebring. Go, go, go down to turn 1, and with these new track limits, they're going to have to stay to the outside here. So many times you had seen them just almost right up against the concrete wall there, but with the new track limits being introduced, you have to keep it in the lines.
We definitely do, and interesting to see how they all filtered through there on turn 1. As you say, yeah, a little bit wider from the apex, but I think that also made the racing a little bit cleaner. No accidents. Turn 1 Sebring is not a common occurrence. ASICS remains in the lead, and that's good news for the Vitality, of course, a massive French team partnered with Renault.
We'll be taking 7 laps around these 17 turns, 3.74 miles. And there you see racers just hot on the hills. Davies goes all the way back in 9th. Dino's in 10th. So Dino falling way back. And this is Rossi in 3rd. You got Chris right along in 2nd.
Board here with Rich 92 F1. We saw Rossi overtake him at the hairpin. It was a sweet overtake though. It allowed Rich 92 to re-enter the racing line, that flow of traffic. So it wasn't one of those situations which you so often see in a reverse grid race where a driver is almost pinned offline and a train of cars comes through. Able to defend 4th position. He's now got Veloce races on him, and behind them we're starting to see some really heavy hitters. Williams 7, Williams Roadrunner, and somewhere back there, G2 Lage and Mitch.
Chris riding right behind him. Rossi in 3rd. And Rich 92 F1 in his debut, currently in 4th. The question is, will he be able to hold on and keep it? And we're on board right now with Roadrunner, trying to chase down Rich 92, who's actually performed very well in his debut here on the Wednesday Showdown.
Yeah, I think this is a great view to just have a little moment to study what Rich 92 F1's like as a driver. This is, of course, the first time we're seeing him in the Wednesday Showdown, and a little bit of an unknown quantity up ahead. I mean, he doesn't have a photo, we don't have a flag for him, you know? But now we're starting to learn a little bit more about the guy, looking like a slightly a strong racer actually here in the final race, holding pace fine with JSR Rossi, and if anything, looking like he might have a sniff at a podium.
Chris trying to hold off Rossi, who's taking a peek on his inside right now.
This is Rossi's favorite place. He's going for the move. This is what he did on Rich 92 F1. The same move again. He loves it, and that is going to give him 2nd place.
Loving this battle between Chris and Rossi. We've also got, yet again, a battle between Roadrunner and Box. Here's the moment here where Box is trying to get around both him and Rich, but he can't make it stick. A little bit of contact with Roadrunner there. Looks like Box deliberately slowed down. He's like, I'm in the wrong here. I'm going to slow down, give this position back to Roadrunner.
Boy, Roadrunner and Box have been tangling it up all day long.
Yeah, those two really getting into each other. Box once again throwing the dive bomb on and maybe disadvantaging Roadrunner a little bit. Rich 92 F1 smart there to back those two drivers who are starting to get a little bit irritated at each other, to back them into each other and make them race behind him. And now looking at 3rd, beautiful.
Yeah. Looks like Chris is going to give up that spot as well. An overtake by Rich, and he'll hold on. Final lap here at Sebring. Final lap of the day for EMEA. ASIC has been absolutely fantastic. Rossi has raced hard in this reverse grid. He's not had great fortune in our first 2 races, but here in this final lap, can he hold on? Second, 3rd, and 4th starting to pile up as ASIC is running away.
That's a run for Rich on the final lap down towards the hairpin. Rossi might have to go defensive here, and he does pull to the inside line. So Rich looking to the outside. Rossi's overcooked it though on the brakes. You can see him locking up.
The lockup is going to cost him some momentum. Can Chris? No, that's Rich.
Neck and neck down the straight.
Rossi and Rich.
Every bit of track being used, and Rich is deep now on the brakes and off the track.
He was giving it everything he had to try to jump up into 2nd place. And in his debut, he has cost himself a podium here in our reverse grid on Sebring.
This is why you can't fall in love with them. You know, they disappoint you, Scott. It's a shame. It's a shame. I'm loving seeing Rich 92 out here setting the Forza RC on fire. A shame that he couldn't land that second position.
And there's Rich in the mix as well.
See, he was gaining in confidence at this point in the race. You know, building on those positions, coming up from 4th into 3rd.
There it
Got
is.
the confidence to throw this move.
Again, you saw the car get a little bit out of shape there. I don't know if that's a result of contact or if he just missed it. Here's the angle.
Ooh,
yeah, I
whoa.
think he might have gotten tapped there. It's hard to know 100%. You know the adjudicators will be looking at that. But wow. One other thing, guys.
So Chris might have caused this whole thing.
Yeah, Chris might have. I know they're going to be looking at that.
A6 is that first win, Rossi in second, Chris there in third, RR in fourth, Fox in fifth, Davey Skills in sixth, and that heartbreaking Rich 92 in seventh. I think in the chat everybody was kind of crossing their fingers for them.
There's still so much to play for.
There's still a lot to play for. I mean, my takeaway from this week, though, is Rich 92 F1. You know, he tried it, he didn't quite manage it, but he'll be back, and I'm sure he'll be back in 2019 and throughout the 2018 season. So a story that I'm super enjoying right now.
Yeah, I had my fingers crossed for him as well.